Initiating broadcast signal in
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies, gentlemen, and knights of the Nerd World Order, this is a Nerd World Order broadcast. I am the man that you call Dukes, and to my right, it's all about the...
Booyah, what's up? It's your boy Joe, baby.
And to my other right, weighing in at 178 adamantium-filled pounds, coming straight out of Krakoa, Alfonso X-Man Flores.
I'm going to be king of the pirates.
Well, we're in for excitement tonight because we are going to be discussing the King of the Pirates and also his crew. Season 2 of Netflix, One Piece live action. So let's jump right into it. Alfonso, won't you take it from here?
Sounds good. First of all, super excited about this show. First season, just it was so great. It was like everybody was saying how it's the best adaptation of an anime, which I agree with because I've tried to watch some others and they're just stinkers. So going into season 2, man, I was super excited. You know, you see some stills here and there. I was wondering where this was going to go. I mean, how much were they going to cover? Because, you know, these actors are going to age out eventually. So they've got to cover more in a shorter amount of time. So my first question to you guys is, what were your expectations going into this? What about you, Dukes?
I didn't care. I enjoyed the first season a lot, but it's not something that I anticipate. So I watched it because we were supposed to talk about it. I enjoyed the knowing we were going to talk about it, but I didn't care.
And Joe, what do you think? What were you thinking coming in this? Were you excited about it? I know you were, man. You got it.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm big time excited about it. You know, because the first season was so dope. And it's the most like to your point, it's the most accurate live action anime that they've done. That everyone seems to be enjoying, whether it's the critics and the fans. I like the tweaks that they do here and there. So I was looking forward to season 2. I've enjoyed it a lot. The only thing I'm worried about the whole series is like they're gonna have there's just so much to cover. That's right. The issue. You're never. I mean, like I think Supernatural went like 15 seasons or something like that. I don't know if this can go 15 because to your point, like bro, like they're gonna age.
Yeah. With how long it takes to shoot these.
Yeah, and the special effects are so good, so you know they're not rushing it.
Right.
And the story is pretty good as well. Like it stays pretty close to the manga and the anime. I was hearing that they're going to end with Marineford arc is where they'll end it, and then that would be kind of dope, right? If they do it all the way up to there and they just end it like that, I would be okay with that because there's no way you're going to make more episodes, more seasons to cover this big saga, bro.
They'd almost have to do like a season, an episode, you know, just to get these actors portraying the same people for that long.
Right.
Oh man. And I mean, of course, those of you out there, just so you know, this is spoiler filled. How's that go, Duke? You got to get the milk out of the back of the fridge because it's spoiled.
Yeah, that's right.
So
it's spoiled as the milk in the back of the fridge.
Exactly. The future cottage cheese of your refrigerator. That's wait, no, never mind. So with the way they're truncating everything, they're compacting everything, put it all together. They're doing a few things differently. And what's nice is Oda's really on top of it. Oda's the guy who created this, of course. So later on, as we watch the anime, we know, or even read the manga, Bartolomeo is introduced, and he's talking about how Luffy is just his hero, his idol. But we don't meet him till Dressrosa, but he's talking about, man, I was there in Logtown when he was up on the platform and they were going to kill him, and he laughed just like Gold Rogers. And I knew immediately he would. So they interwove that into the live action. So you get to meet Bartolomeo right off the bat. He doesn't have his devil fruit or anything, and he's not idolizing Luffy, but he meets him. You can see how he slowly but surely becomes starstruck, and it's so well done.
Mhm.
And if people were complaining because he was there, but if you look at it, he was there in the story. They just didn't show him. And
Right.
you got a sneak peek of Dragon, Luffy's father. You got a sneak peek
Mhm.
of Sabo, Luffy's brother. That I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting. Dragon, I knew
Mhm.
he'd be there, but Sabo, dude, what did you think of those, Joe?
Yeah, yeah. Well, like Bartolomeo is one of my favorite characters, man. So it's kind of cool to see him, being shown early. I think that's dope. But again, if they end with Marineford arc, you're not going to see Bartolomeo at all because if they don't get a just for it,
Yeah.
I always butcher those names. Yeah, but I was cool with that. Sabo in the background is kind of cool to see, him in the background.
Yeah.
But again, like I was talking to Alan about it, like if you're not that far in the anime, you wouldn't. Who are those two guys? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just think some random people are just some random dude in the back, some random person trying to trick Nami and Luffy. You know what I mean? Trying to gank him.
It's funny. It's all Greek to you, huh, dude? So you're hearing these names like, huh?
Well, I'm just figuring I watched season 2,
Mm-hmm.
so I figured we were going to talk about things that happened in season 2.
Dude, we were like at Carl's Jr., dude. I was just breaking it down. Dude, I was just covering some marches like, whoa, you're spoiling too much, dude. I'm like, my bad, dude. It just gets so good because I was telling them, like, the arcs, there's just so much stuff that happens, bro. Like, you just get lost. You start I'm gonna convince you to like what I like, kind of thing. It's kind of crazy,
Which,
Yeah,
I
I mean-
mean, that's totally cool, and I did, I did get interested in that, but my whole thing is like season 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's what I was talking about, is the way it's something new. You got
Right.
Bartolomeo there who wasn't there in the manga. He wasn't there in the anime, but he
Mhm.
was in discussions later about being there. So they
Yeah.
put him in so that way they introduce him quicker.
Mhm.
So overall though, I mean, how are you guys feeling about the people that they're playing for that they got for the parts? What about you, Dukes? Are you familiar? I don't know how much familiar you are with it, but the people they have playing the parts, what do you think about their acting and their part?
I was challenged by the acting because the person who played Luffy,
Mhm.
Luffy's actor,
Mhm.
I like what he's doing, but based on my understanding, like having seen season 1 and a progression to season 2, it
Mhm.
felt like Luffy took on a different demeanor, a little bit more aggressive,
Mhm.
which may have perfectly lined up with the manga, but as I approach it from someone on the outside,
Mhm.
there's no justification for why he suddenly becomes a little bit more aggressive. Of course, Katie Seagal is always going to be really good.
Right.
Overall, I would assume everyone did a really good job. They feel very Power Rangers to me. Not in a bad way,
Mhm.
Right.
but I just get that same energy. Like, we're having fun, we're a crew. For me, I guess I would have to be sort of neutral, but none of the acting struck me as really bad. However, young Tony Chopper killed it, bro. Yeah, that's some good acting for a
CGI.
CGI. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
You know what's really
It's-
cool about?
It's
sorry.
Michaela Hoover, and she is fine, bro.
Fine.
But she was actually there. The facial, she said in an interview, the facial features that you see that you like so well that's done is actually her facial features and her talking and moving and doing all the stuff.
Cool.
That just lets you know, like, and you couldn't hide Superman's mustache.
Well, any chance Warner Brothers had of doing that went away when Paramount decided they would purchase instead of Netflix. So,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
And what about you, Joe? What do you think of the actors so far that they have portraying the parts?
I think it's all been like, even Smoker, even he was good. I think like the actors that they pick look very close to the characters and they bring the characters to life. I know a lot of people were complaining about Vivi because they're like, oh, she doesn't look okay. Look, Alabastra, bro. It's like Egypt, dude. It's in a desert, bro. No one's gonna look pale. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? They're not gonna look like you. And you know, I was talking to Alan about it. Like people were saying, "Oh, I just walk this switch, bro." It's like do your research, man. ChatGPT, I do it all the time. Deuce knows. Anytime someone says something, ChatGPT, like it's there, bro. Like and you'll find out that Oda has said what he bases every character where their background and where they're from, right?
Right.
And so just Google that, dude. It's from the man who created it, bro. So like if you want to argue with anybody, and then he's overseeing it, dude, you think he wouldn't approve that? You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
oversees all that stuff. I mean, I was telling Alan, you just wait till they bring in number two, bro.
Oh,
When they bring in number two, bro, and they're already complaining about how they're bringing like a binary to play the part. But I'm like this, you not watch the anime?
right.
And then I messed up her name, Ivanka or
Yeah.
Ivani. Bro, just wait till they get a hold of her and her gang, bro. It's just like, bro. But the thing about it is what One Piece does so well is Hollywood has a problem with, and maybe they can ask Oda how to teach them how to write it the way he writes it and create those characters. It doesn't feel forced on you, right?
Right.
The people that done it well in live action is what's that? You guys like that show? I never finished it. It's the Boys spinoff,
Right. Right.
Oh,
Gen V.
Gen V.
Gen V, where he was a man and a woman, and each time he switched powers, he becomes a man or he becomes a woman.
Yeah.
And he chooses. See, that was done very well, and I've said that before, so you can go fact check me on that. But they done that very well, just as well as how Oda does his writing, and I think that's where Hollywood makes a mistake when they try to do stuff like that. They do it so poorly,
Yeah.
and then people are like, "Oh, what's up? What's that?" So, like, I mean, if just which I can't wait to see what people are going to say about that, dude.
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. It's super cool because this is what it is. This is why it is. I mean,
Mhm.
it is what it is.
Right.
You know, they don't have to sit there and have to justify every little thing
Mhm.
and try to sell you on the whole product. That's just
Right.
the way it is. So
And
yeah,
number two is like everyone's favorite. Everyone loves number two, man. So
with his
you know,
Ballerina Kimbo.
yeah, dude, he's dope, bro. He's dope, man.
Yeah. As far as me with the actors, man, I'm loving everybody they got. You know,
Right.
Luffy's killing it, Sanji's killing it, Zoro. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but Zoro's beefed up a little bit from last season. So it's like,
Mm.
you know, as they go on in the series, they're going to get stronger and stronger adversaries. So they got to get stronger and stronger.
Mhm.
So you know, it goes to show like the guy who's playing Sanji. You know, he's learning all these kicks. He's stretching. He's learning how to cook. Even I'm like, well,
Yeah.
you don't need to know how to cook, but I guess the knife skills come in handy.
Mhm.
All the main crew. Usopp looks great. I really wish they gave him a prosthetic nose because that's just so much fun. But
I'm okay with it though.
Yeah.
Like even when watching anime, I'm like that nose, man. You know, like
Bit
I guess
much.
that's the thing that I don't know. His dad doesn't even have a nose, man.
No.
But I'm okay. I'm okay with what they did with Usopp.
Yeah.
Because you know in the anime he's kind of like he's brave, but he's a coward. He's big time coward in the anime.
Big time.
Always trying to run, but you know there's times where he does step up like I did in live action.
Yeah.
I just like how they still make this version, this Usopp's version, still cowardly, but
Yeah.
still brave too. Like it's not like an annoying where you're just like, bro, is this dude ever gonna do something? Because everybody's waiting for him to get the observation of hockey and just be
Yep.
dope like his dad.
Yep. Yeah. He's he's something special, man. Buggy the Clown, the guy who's playing Buggy, so amazing.
Mhm.
I'm glad they brought him back for this season.
Yeah.
Smoker, like you said, Smoker is smoking. It was killing it, you know. Tashigi, she was great. So I'm
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
satisfied with everybody that they've chosen, and I
Mhm.
cannot wait to see Joe Mangalango as as Crocodile. You know,
Yeah, he was
Mr.
good with
Zero.
what we saw. Like,
Oh, so good,
yeah,
right?
He's already good, dude.
It's gonna be that Spider-Man meme all over again, where like I don't want to fight you. Well, I wouldn't want to fight me either. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, so far the characters, the casting is on par.
Yeah.
So for what you've seen so far, do you guys like have a favorite bad guy? I mean, who do you got, Duke? So who do you like the best?
It's kind of like they just all blend together. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, there's not really one that stands out, mainly because I feel like villains are used to move the plot along.
Mm.
So especially I feel like, to your point, as they progress through the episodes or seasons, they have to get stronger. And so the villains are kind of moving that along. Like you
Right.
fight this villain's a little bit stronger, you fight this villain. So I can't really, say that like I get invested in the villains. To me, they're all very much the same.
Mhm.
In fact, I think I enjoyed the villains from season one better. Like there was the shark dudes.
Yeah.
I thought the shark dudes were pretty cool.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean,
You didn't like Arlong?
Arlong.
He was the
He was
main
like-
shark guy with the nose.
No, I said I enjoyed
Oh.
season one. Yeah,
Mhm.
season one I enjoyed a lot better. To your point, yeah,
Mhm.
Arlong, that whole arc to me felt like I'm invested in these villains, right?
Right.
But one of the things that you guys keep saying is they have to get moving. Like they have a limited amount of time. They have this huge, almost infinite amount of resource material, right?
Mhm.
So I feel like once season one was like a proven concept, like I feel like season one, Buggy the Clown, to your point, had a had this big personality, right? In season two, he kind of popped in, was a menace, and then he was gone.
Yeah.
So I feel like I like season one villains a lot more because they got to build them up. Whereas season two, they focus more on the main characters, which is cool, and moving the story along. So I really couldn't get invested in any of the villains.
Mhm.
Gotcha. What about you, Joe? You got a favorite out of those?
I mean, I think Crocodile is going to be dope. I guess you can say that he's in season 2. You're going to like Crocodile, dude. Like that, if even by anime standards leading up to Crocodile, he's the first main villain that's really tough and dope because Luffy got his butt kicked the first time,
Yeah.
and he had to go back to the lab and figure out how to beat the guy. But yeah, that's their first really challenge is that, and like that's the first time, like, yeah, they beat Arlong and they kind of free that island, right? But when you go to Alabasta and you fight Crocodile, you feel like a whole land, bro, like a huge kingdom, like you saved and liberated, kind of. So that's like their first real, I would say, toughest villain, I would think.
In season three.
Yeah. Well, technically, he's in season 2 because he's towards the end. So
He's Mr. Zero pulling off.
and in season 2, he's the leader of all the people all those villains that they had that he was fighting. And actually, the dude that was playing number 3 was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
Dave
he actually,
Malkin.
he does pretty good in these specific roles. Like,
Yeah.
and
Well-
I read someone was complaining about like the number 3 looked like a cosplay. I look good to me, bro. Like, how else are you gonna make a hair shaped like a 3 up there to make it look any better, right? I thought it looked good enough to me, bro.
Like really good.
Yeah.
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 So-
there's no other way to do that. That's like
Yeah. Right, dude. It's like you can't win sometimes, bro.
yeah, you really can't with the internet.
Yeah.
No. So for me with the villains, I mean, I Smoker, he's a villain to Luffy, but not necessarily a villain because he's a Marine. He's the law. He is the law. But the way they did his devil fruit power, the way Luffy was so useless, this is one of the first times where he realizes, man, I got to do something different because what I got going on is not enough.
Mhm.
So to me, I always feel like a good hero is only as good as his villain. And with Smoker going to be on his tail all the time, and he knows that he can't even get through the smoke. He didn't even know he hasn't even learned about his Sea Prism Stone stick that he was smacking around with in the anime.
Mhm.
Smoker is such a beast, and he's a Zoan type, right? So when you punch at him, he can turn his body into whatever that is, like smoke, for instance, in this case. So like Luffy can't even land a punch. He can't even land a punch. So the only way he's going to be able to do this is to learn something new, and that's coming in season 3, hopefully. But yeah, I'm digging the villains. Smoker by far was my favorite.
Mhm.
Buggy's just great all around, but
Mhm.
Smoker wins there for me. Of these episodes, real quick, I just want to go down the list of the episode names. I want you guys to tell me what your favorite episode was, but they have really cool play on words. So the first one is the beginning and the end. That's kind of simple. But after this, every single one is a play of a movie title. So you got Good Whale Hunting, Whiskey Business, Big Trouble in Little Garden, Wax On, Wax Off, Nami Dearest, Reindeer Shames, and Deer in Loathing in Drum Kingdom. I was like, that's clever. I love stuff like that. You know?
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
So, Dukes, did you have a favorite episode out of all those?
Let's see here. Reindeer Games.
Yeah.
Or Reindeer Shames was
the flashback. Choppers.
Yeah, the one. Reindeer Shames.
Yeah.
You asked me and I told you. Then you're like, oh, let me clarify. Because there's two of them. Yeah.
Well, the last two episodes are really chopper centric, and I just wanted to clarify.
Thank you for clarifying. So, America, yes, it was the flashback episode. Yeah, I felt that episode was emotional. You know, I remember Joe's always like, bro, when you see Chopper, man, Chopper's important. I was like, I don't care about no little teddy bear with a Kangol on, right? But Chopper was cool. I was like, dude. Now, yeah, definitely the Chopper episode. I didn't care for the finale. I just thought the fights with Luffy at the end were mediocre. And Joe pointed out in a conversation we had that the hurricane kick or whatever it was that Sanji pulled off, like that was supposed to be like the big finale move.
Yeah.
And it looked ridiculously bad. But overall, I really, really loved Reindeer Shames.
Jessica was so good in that. Did you know that at first they were eyeing Jamie Lee Curtis for that part? She was actually wanting it, but she wasn't available. So Katie Seagal got it.
Yep. I too have the internet.
Those of you out in podcast land, in case you hadn't heard on the internet. What about
Not
you, Joe?
everybody lives on the internet 24/7. So
yeah, for sure.
I do.
Same. What about you, Joe? What was your favorite episode?
I enjoyed all the episodes. I like how when his dad came in, that was dope. I think that episode with his dad holding down Smoker, like, hey, you ain't touching my son kind of thing. I think that's pretty cool. It's real huge. And Smoker's dope, dude. Like, to your point, bro, like I like, dude, and I also like the episode where Zoro gets his new sword. Because he's always getting new swords, but that was so sick.
Oh my gosh.
And that gets the same thing in the anime where he lifts up his arm. He's like, well, let's just see. He throws up his sword, and the sword goes around because it's cursed because it kills the person. And it goes around his arm. He's like, I'll take it. And supposedly that wasn't even in the scene. And the guy that plays Zoro fought for that. I need that scene in there. So that's pretty cool that they added that scene in there.
That was so well done, man. I love that.
Yeah. And then that dude also actually fought the 100 dudes. Like from what I hear, he has like a stunt man that he pays $1 million, but he's just there just in case, but he does his own stunts. Just in case something happens and he gets hurt, he has that guy there to finish the scenes. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that too. Actually, that was my favorite episode, Whiskey Business, where they're there and Zoro fights the 100 pirates. And I saw the thing too where he's like, I'm going to fight 100 pirates because the nerds will count. So you have to make sure there are 100 different people that I'm fighting. And that just the scene where he throws the sword up, man, I was just like, wow, that's so well done. They captured that perfectly compared to the anime, so happy with that. So because of the action, the fight scenes, the swords, man, I couldn't get enough of that episode. So I watched it once. I've watched it with Nate once, and I watched it again today because I was, kind of going through again to try to get caught up. So
it's dope too. Like how every person that plays a character in One Piece do their research and all fight for scenes that they want in there. Like
That's good.
the homie that plays Luffy wanted to do the scene with the chopsticks in his nose. Like he thought, something like that's part of that. That
Right.
they, shout out to Cavi. Cavi was bringing up a point too. Like every now and then when Homeboy starts to talk,
Uh,
he kind of sounds like I am going to the store. Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it sounds naturally, and then he says, I will be the king of the pirate. And like I think it's just like he learned English, right?
Right.
Why? And he also learned Japanese because he thought he was going to do Japanese, the episodes in Japanese, but it's in English. But he's speaking correctly because like a lot of us speak English with so much slang and
Right.
shortcuts that when someone speaks it the way it's supposed to go, it just sounds like that. I will go to the store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Rather than all go to
yeah.
the store.
Yeah. Like everything's just like so perfect that we forget that's the proper way of talking. But like he doesn't do it all the time. Every now and then I do see that, so I can see why someone would be like, hey.
I gotta tell you,
important note. Cavi Anvil, I hereby challenge you to a rap battle. Moving on.
Oh, yeah, 24 hours to respond, Gabby.
call you out. You got served.
My man's gonna be so busy doing teleprompters. He's not gonna have time, dude.
We got to get him teleprompting for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, with all this, I mean, what are you guys excited about? What's to come? I mean, I personally, I mean, I'm super stoked about everything. But Dukes, I know your knowledge is limited on this, but is there something that you just can't wait to see?
So I'll answer this in two parts. I won't answer your question, and then I will answer your question. I feel like this is where you guys are really enjoying the show, whereas to me it's a good show because there is an anticipation, and at this point the directors, producers are respecting the source material.
Yeah.
And it's not like what you experience with Marvel, where it's like, oh, I can tell you exactly what happened, and this is on the page, and whatever, and then they roll it out, and you're like, what's this crap?
Right.
So I can really appreciate, and I really like that you guys are able to get excited about it, right? Because they're doing it right.
Right.
And that's cool. That's cool. Like they're respecting something that you guys love.
Right.
And I love that. I really love that. Now, what am I looking forward to? 3 words. Tony, Chopper.
Yeah.
That's 2 words, dumbass. Is it
That's
2 or is it
3?
3?
That's 3.
It's 3.
Tony,
Because it's Tony,
First, middle, last.
Chopper.
But Tony's the same word.
No, it's Tony. It's 2 Tonys.
It's
I know, but
It's a name.
Tony, Toni, Tone with a little thing over it. Like Tony's done again.
okay, if you're still listening, put it in the comments. Was that 1 word or 2, or is that 2 words or 3? Because I really don't know.
It's
I feel
just like
dumb now.
Tony, Tone. Remember that song, Tony has done it again? It's
But
3.
is it spelled the same? Tony?
It's spelled separately. It's 3 words.
No, I know Tony. But Tony, Chopper. Is Tony and Tony spelled the same? Because if it is, it's the same word. It's the same word twice. But does that count as 1 word or 2? I don't know.
Right.
I seriously don't know.
One more word, Chopper.
I done pulled an Alfonso up in here, just off the rails, bro. I'm sorry, Alfonso. Now I know what it feels like. I'm sorry, dude.
It's all right.
Just like, dear ChatGPT.
So what about you, Joe? What are you super anticipating?
It's 3.
According to AI.
Yeah. It's dope because it pulls up from articles from everything that's online and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, you need to repeat your question, Alfonso.
Joe, what are you anticipating for what's to come?
I don't know, bro, because there's some I think his name's Krieg or something that they skipped in season 1 that he fought. So there's a lot of things that they skip, which I get. So I don't know like what they're gonna add and how far. I don't know if Alabasta, like that whole crocodile, is gonna be the whole 10 episodes, or is it gonna do 5 and then they go to a different one? Like I don't know how they're gonna do that, but they do really good at like I it kind of sucks for someone like in Alan's position where like he wouldn't know. But the good thing, he's got 2 friends that are gonna, oh no, this is what happened in that meantime. The flash, like I wouldn't be surprised if they do like flashbacks.
Oh, yeah.
Like a time skip where they just show what happened, like leading up to wherever they got to go.
Right.
I think that's good, like storytelling, to skip through those parts and you can flash forward. But I am looking forward to the season. I'm looking forward to see the fight, and then seeing Joe Mad Dedong do very well as as Crocodile.
That's Sofia Vergara's husband.
And then I'm wondering, like, are they gonna lead into Water 7? Water 7 is a dope part too.
Yeah.
Water 7. That's when they go and save Robin. So I don't know. It's getting to the good stuff.
Oh, Water 7 was so good. That's right.
Yeah, it was good, right?
Yeah. Robin's looking good, man. She looks the part so well. She sounds
they all do.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now sound really good.
What I'm looking forward to the most right now is Marineford, where they got to save Ace. But the question is, are they going to rewrite it to put the whole crew in it? Because that was Luffy centric. There was no whole crew. They were busy, and Luffy was the one going to save Ace, and nobody else for like a whole entire season.
Yeah,
yeah. So I think they're going to have to write the crew in, just because. I mean, why are they going to do that?
Yeah, it's going to be. I'm sure they're going to change something of it.
And I'll be okay with that because.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. And if they can throw Jinbei in, that's gonna be great. So,
yeah, Jinbei's a big ass fish, dude.
He's a big fish man.
Yeah, he's dope, dude.
Yeah. So, we're rounding out the corner of the 30-minute mark. So, at this point, do either of you have any final thoughts?
I would say it's a great show, whether you've previously invested yourself in the stories and the characters, or you're watching it fresh like me. No matter what the perspective is, it's a very well done, very enjoyable show that I would highly recommend.
Nice. Nice. That's nice in Japanese, Alan. Yeah, dude. Watch it. You'll enjoy the series. I will say this: those 2 seasons, if you're an anime fan, you're loving it because they take from the source material. Unlike Marvel and DC, they give you a little bit, like they're going to do it to Alan's point, and they don't. So whether you're a fan of anime or not, just know that if you're watching, you're getting a good show that you will enjoy, whether you like anime or not.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so this concludes this episode of the Nerd World Order broadcast. So until next time, ladies, gentlemen, knights of the Nerd World Order, I am NWO.
We are NWO.
Nerds Redefined. Booyah!